They don't take in the illegals.
Okay, we're back. The first report that we did, me and my friend Gabby, we did a test report for Infowars. It wasn't complete. It was just a segment of a larger project that we're working on. We're hoping to attract some attention. We're hoping Infowars might want to actually have us as part of their team. I'm sitting here right now. I'm actually listening to a live report on Infowars with Alex Jones. He's right now looking at the whole global situation and really trying to wake us up. I actually have a friend here. I don't know if he really wants to be on the video. I'm going to take a minute. I'm just going to ask him. You want to be part of the show?
Why not?
My friend's name is Floyd. I know this gentleman for approximately 2 years now. This is, I live in an area in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It's called Ville-Saint-Laurent. In front of my house, there's a park. And a lot of times we meet people in the park, and often those people sometimes they get invited over to my place, and then we have interesting conversations and we see where things go.
Just like me.
But Floyd, in order to see you, you'd have to sit next to me, because right now the people are not actually able to see you. I'd like them to get a good visual on you, Floyd. Okay, so this is Oren reporting with my buddy Floyd. How are you, Mr. Floyd?
I think we're going to win this.
Beautiful, sir. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. How are you doing?
Thank you, sir.
That's awesome. A good hug?
Yes,
because we're human beings, right?
Yes, we are.
We care about each other, and we got to fight for the truth, justice.
Always. And by the way,
and we got to always stand
I
with
know
God.
you for a longer time than that, okay?
It's true, huh? It's a little bit longer than 2 years. I'm sorry.
5 to 10 years.
No.
Close to 10.
How did I go from 2 years? How did I go from 10 years to 2 years? Where did I miss? Did I miss a big episode? Did they blank my mind?
Your brain his brain is on the main topic.
Stay with us.
Basically, today I was going to start my report with some general information on what happened with the G7, with Trump. I started a conversation with my friend here. I wanted to talk about Trump. He got into it. He had some opinions. I told him, you know what? We might as well start the video and put these opinions online so we get another basic understanding of how regular people feel. How do you feel about Trump?
The way Trump is, when he met Kim Jong-un when he met that guy, he met the guy not good. He met the guy with a little bit of like nervous. They both were nervous.
Wouldn't that be like a normal thing? I mean, a couple of weeks ago, they were threatening, Kim Jong-un with all his acceleration of his nuclear works, was threatening the U.S. in a way, because, he was going to progress with all these tests and all these things that he can do. And he was making people feel uneasy. So I think that if Trump had some reservations,
he does.
It wasn't necessarily because he didn't believe that it's going to be a peaceful meeting. Maybe he was just worried slightly.
It's not a peaceful meeting.
That it is very important.
It's not a peaceful meeting. There's so much tension in that room.
There was, yes, but it was so important.
There is a lot of tension.
Both leaders had a lot to gain, in my opinion.
They have a lot to gain, but it didn't work. It didn't work.
Okay, please explain. What do you mean by that? Please take your time. Explain to us. What do you mean by that?
North Korea is saying, I'm going to get rid of my nuclear weapon. All right, good.
Okay.
Are you going to get rid of yours, America? No. But I want to police you. But 1 minute, Iran and Israel still got theirs. So North Korea has a problem because they don't have a problem. They're just saying, why am I getting rid of mine when you can't get rid of yours? So what we're going to do? And America,
let's see if we can agree with one thing.
America said one thing. I'll stop training how to fight you. I'll stop doing the games over there.
Those war games and war exercises.
But the thing, what he said too, if we stop that, we're gonna lose so much money. You worried about the almighty dollar, Mr. Trump?
Okay, I see your point.
Mr. Trump,
I still believe Trump is the best leader America can have at this moment. I mean, we are Canadians. We're not
Mr.
in
Trump
America,
is a good leader, but he's kind of one-sided. He's kind of one-sided.
That's what happens over here. Do you agree with me that Trump cares about his country?
Oh, he loves his country.
I believe that as well.
It's like, you're my baby. You're my baby. I'm going to love you more than the neighbors.
He loves his country. He cares about the American people.
But don't forget about your brother and sister. We are their brother and sister.
When we mean brother and sister,
American, Canada.
Right.
This is the first dispute we had in 50 years.
I have to tell you something, a small opinion about that. Me, even before this meeting, before the G7, when this young Trudeau got elected, I was very hopeful, hoping that he can somehow be the real next generation.
Make the change like Obama?
Right.
Obama couldn't do anything.
Oh, Obama, there's a big problem. Trudeau, I believe, had some effect. The fact that he's young and with a young wife and a new prime minister.
Obviously, Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. The Hollywood picture was like, wow, this might be great. When he started opening his mouth, I swear I did not want to be judgmental of him. But when he opened up his mouth, it always had a lot of things to say. Like a lot of words came out, but they amounted to nothing.
The way Trudeau
it was always a runaround.
The way
it's always like an
he talks like somebody
fake.
That's not him.
It's fake.
Excuse me. The way Mr. Trudeau
it's not what I wanted for a country. But it's unfortunate.
Speak like a man. I talk to you.
He's fake in his ways. It's difficult to. It's Hollywood.
Ooh.
And
Hollywood.
Trump has no patience for fake Hollywood. If I want to see a movie, I'll go to the theater and watch a movie. But when I'm dealing with you in real life, those kind of Hollywood games, please keep them outside. It's not something that interests us because this is serious life.
Sir,
people's lives depend
Hollywood.
on how we
Trump
behave.
Is just like Reagan. They're actors. They're all have America actors.
Me, I'm a Trump supporter. Like I said before, I'm a Canadian. I'm a Trump supporter. I know Trump has his ups and downs, like any human. For sure, you can say that he had some bad and foul language.
When it touched
for sure,
Canada,
that you can say that
when it touched
maybe
Canada,
he behaved a certain way.
When it touched Canada,
but you want to know something?
I have a problem.
I can point that same kind of argument and complaints towards many humans. Even the people that complain about him.
North Korea.
If we went in their lives, you're gonna tell me they don't watch porno movies, they don't smoke drugs, they don't drink. They don't do this. They don't. Come on, they're full of crap.
The Muslim rape the fucking woman when they get the soldiers.
Very bad. Listen.
Thank you. Great.
I've said it before.
Excuse me.
I work in construction, so I meet people on the streets often. All kinds of people from all kinds of walks of life. I have bumped into many Arabic people, many Muslims.
And they're
Muslims. I tell them I'm Jewish. The guy looks at me and he says, "You're wonderful. I have no interest in destroying you. As a matter of fact, if your synagogue is next to me, I'm happy. Because I know as long as there's Jewish people praying in the world is safe." Same thing when I meet Christians and they're like, "We pray too." And I'm like, wow, as long as there's a church somewhere that's holy. I'm not talking about garbage. I'm talking about a real church where the priest is really attached to the Creator, speaks to the people. The people are really attached to him and to the Creator, and all their prayers change the neighborhood. They empower the neighborhood. They bring a light into the neighborhood that God puts like a protection on them, just like on the Jews. Even, believe it or not, there's even Muslim people that know it's not Muslim. Being a Muslim doesn't mean go into a neighborhood, take over, do what you want, destroy everything, turn everything into Islam, radical Islam, I should say. And no, there's a lot of Muslim people that are not on that side.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, the news medias, they don't show enough of those people, and those people don't come out enough to fight their own brothers that are extremely radical.
The media,
it's just like if I tell you I'm Jewish, and I have a Jewish brother, and if I know my Jewish brother just wants to go and destroy the world, it's my duty. It's my duty to speak to my brother and tell him, "Hey, that's not what we're about."
People that sport.
Same thing for Muslims.
They show you the people that fight for food.
For Christians.
They never show you the real.
Imagine today Christians standing up and saying, "We're going to destroy all the world." How do you think Muslims are going to take it? How do you think Jews are going to take it? It's not going to happen.
No.
Because the Christians, they're normal people. They're normal people. They're good-spirited. They're attached to the Creator. They pray a lot. There's no way on earth they're going to do that. And Muslims do pray a lot. But the radical Islam that comes in,
I don't pray for that.
And they want to destroy your area because they want to transform you into them. I don't believe that that's the way the future should be.
I don't mind their opinion, but don't
impose
me.
Don't transform me. That was an awesome way of describing it. Do not transform me.
I have my opinion.
When Jewish people come into my neighborhood and they build a synagogue, yes, it's true. I walk down the street and I bump into them. Not once does the rabbi come up to me and say, "Excuse me, Mr. Non-Jew or Christian or whatever religion you are, and I want you to come to my religion."
They make me, the Jews, hey, 1 minute.
I never bumped into a priest,
the
and
Jews
to a
say,
Christian priest,
"You're a black
where
man,
he told me,
I'll give you a
you
credit.
have to be Christian."
You pay
Never
me
happened.
later. The Jews are good to us. When I come from Jamaica, they come in the neighborhood. They say, "You don't have money? Your kids need clothes? I'll credit you. Whenever you pay me after."
Pay me
and the Chinaman, you know what the Chinaman do? The same thing. I'll bring you some flour and codfish.
And pay me later. Okay, so you're not into that, but I don't let you stop. Listen, they care about
the black man now. A lot of black men.
Trump, you believe that Trump? I believe Trump is really doing everything he can in America to help black people. Not because it's like, oh, well, it's the new Hollywood scene we got to make now. It's all focused on the blacks. No, black people, they're American. I care about them. He's not a racist. He's not a racist. I know he's not a racist.
They called him a racist today.
It's listen, the unemployment for black people right now is at its lowest it's ever been. Meaning black people are getting to work. Meaning areas in the United States, and there's a lot of them. I did my own personal research. I saw a lot of black neighborhoods where in the past they were, the way the globalists controlled them was to make sure to dumb them down and keep them as low as possible so that we can point a finger and be racist and give them no opportunities. And at the same time, now that they have no opportunities, what do you want them to do? They have to sell drugs. They have to do crime. What do you want them to do? If you're shutting them down and forcing them into the ground,
the black society,
listen,
the drugs, people are stopping to sell
America
drugs.
is about equal opportunity, meaning black man, white man, China man, anybody coming to America, they have the opportunities. But it doesn't mean come to America and change America into Africa. Or come to America and change it into Israel. Or come to America and turn it into Israel. That's not what it is.
But America belongs to black people.
Has... Listen, some people will argue the point that it belongs to Indians. Some people... I'm sorry, I shouldn't say Indians.
Buffalo Soldier.
I shouldn't say Indians. You know, I'm old school. When I say Indians, I say with the utmost respect. I see the true Indians. The ones that used to ride on the horses through the countryside.
When I was a slave.
And they had their culture. And it was awesome.
Buffalo Soldier.
They functioned they were in unity with
England
with
gave
nature.
them a bad thing.
Listen, everybody got a bad rap, but at the end, America, the way it was designed, what it was supposed to be, we took over.
India.
I call them Indians because that's the way I feel. Okay, free speech.
Okay.
Oh, Indian people, you took their land. America belongs to you as well. Immigrants came from all around the world. They landed in America. It's yours as well. But please understand one thing. When you come to America, you're allowed to have your own culture. You're allowed to have your own ways of thinking. You have freedom of speech. Just don't go to your American neighbor who's there for hundreds of years that has a certain way of being an American and tell them now I'm going to turn... The only one doing that is Islam, radical Islam. This is a known fact. This is not even something we need to question. If they like me, if they don't like me, if they can say whatever they want on the net. This is a fact. They're destroying Europe by flooding it with immigrants, and the reason they're doing that, it's not because all the immigrants going there are bad. The problem is if an ocean of people are just walking into your country, you're unable to filter and find out who's a criminal, who's going to do something bad, and then you have this mass amount of people. They come in. Nobody wants to associate with them on the first day, so they go into a little corner. It becomes a little community. So now, within your own country, you have immigrants that took over a little area. They're not fully American, and they're just putting their system, that where they came from, the way they live, they're bringing it here, and they're living here like there. What they got to understand is when they come to America, it's a land of opportunity. You don't need to live in a third world country.
Canada is a land of opportunity.
You're not coming to a third world country.
No.
So if you're in your third world country, if you ate in a tent, or if you're even lucky to have a tent, if you had no running water, if you pissed on the street, when you come to America, now you have to learn to piss in your bathroom because you have a bathroom. You need to know how to flush it. You need to know also that we clean it and we keep it clean.
We have water.
And you have neighbors. They also have toilets.
Exactly.
They don't have tents now. When they use tents, it's to go camping because they have more money, better opportunities. Now you have the same opportunity. You need to integrate yourself and become either an American, a Canadian, or wherever you went. But
I like it.
But that does not mean I forget my culture. So I'll give you an example. I'm African. In Africa, I had a miserable life. We're starving. I had 10 kids. I had one burger. I had to split it in 10 pieces to feed my kids. Now I come to Canada or America, and I can work 1 hour. I can work 1 hour, and in the 1 hour, I can buy enough burgers for all my children. So now this man understands I don't need to live like in this third world country, and I also don't need to live with a third world mentality. But when you're bringing a bunch of people here and you're not integrating them properly, they're just third world in their mind, and they're gonna third world all the community and everybody around. And by the way, they make pennies a day or pennies a month over there, and they come here and the government gives them a big fat check. No kidding, they're gonna come here. No kidding, they don't have to suffer anymore, and they can pull the same crap they pull over there. Not all the immigrants do that. This country's, Canada is built on immigrants, America's built on immigrants, but the fact that you have buildings, roads, services, aircrafts, military, it's because these people were not idiots.
We don't want to be
everybody that came in here brought their intelligence and their know-how and worked together and built an amazing country. But out of the same countries that immigrate here, you have what I call garbage that comes in.
Riffraff.
And they have, riffraff is another way of putting it, and they have no care in the world to integrate. And they don't want to do all this bullshit that you do, being normal. I see people waking up and they have a house and they rake their grass and they take their kids to school. These people, they were living in conditions you can't even imagine. They don't even understand that guy. And you just brought him from another country, dumped him into a neighborhood where that guy's normal, what we consider normal, and he doesn't integrate properly. He's gonna get into garbage. The criminal entities in the area are gonna suck these people up and turn it against the people. We're basically giving them soldiers to fight the good people. We're sick of it. We're not gonna deal with it anymore. We are the resistance. We are true freedom fighters. Anyways, I'm going to get off this subject for myself right now, and I'm going to ask my friend here if he wants to continue to speak and if he has anything else to say, either concerning Trump or North Korea or even this immigration story.
Rastaman talks to you all the time. You see, Bob Marley tell you already, there's going to be a lot of confusion in this world. There's a prophecy. White, black is no color. You just know. This world is headed for a lot of problems. We have a lot of problems. What are we going to do? We can't tell you what to do. North Korea and Mr. Trump, they're doing what they're doing. That's all they got to do because they got the big bomb, they got the big guns. What are we going to do? All we're going to do is sit here and pray to God because they say, my God is beautiful. You hear me, my brother?
Amen to
all
God.
We got to do. Pray to God that they don't push that button. You hear me, my brother? So
we definitely don't want to start a third world war, and we know if they go nuclear on us, it's
total destruction is the only solution.
Even if it's not a total destruction, I mean the damage we're going to cause, we're going to destroy nature, we're going to destroy countries. You know, what's going to survive? A few people here, a few people there. They're going to live in what? In a polluted world.
It's not my world.
We're going to get back. We're going to get thrown back into the dark ages.
It's not my world to destroy.
It's not our world. It doesn't belong to us.
Somebody rent me a couple of years on this planet.
You know what?
Somebody just rent me
I love this guy.
It's like an apartment, you know?
You have to understand.
Because I'm going to die.
The way he's speaking,
I'm not gonna
this
live
world
forever.
is not mine. I'm renting it.
I'm
it
just
means
renting a room.
while I'm alive, God gave me permission to live in this house called Earth.
Yes.
And if I'm here to just shit on it,
that's it.
That's
it
not
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You know what?
I'm just renting a room.
You are awesome. You know, Floyd, I know you didn't have an easy life, and you had a rough background.
Thank you very much.
And you're a family man, I believe. You have a few children.
Yes.
And
you're my family. That's what I love about you.
Yeah,
Me and you, since I met you, baby, we just talk the truth. You might look us, you don't like us, but we just respect.
He's a great man.
Rastaman.
You know, he's
Don't forget Bob Marley. What does Bob Marley tell you? Bob Marley tell you.
I'll tell you, don't forget Moses,
beautiful.
and Christians will tell you, don't forget Jesus, and you know, everybody will have their own.
Yeah.
But one thing that we all share
respect.
is respect.
And love the higher creator.
The key word, the higher creator.
Yes.
Bob Marley style.
He could be Chinese, he could be anything. But when we see him, we're gonna say, "Hey, I love you."
I gotta sign off for just 1 minute because we have somebody else showing up here on the studio. We're just gonna take a minute to get things organized, and we'll be right back. This is Oren and Floyd signing off.